up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you guys are new, then welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm doing my last Valentine's Day look out of the series I've done here on my channel. So far, I've done 2 looks. I've done a really bold look, and I've done a simple look with a bunch of different lip options. And today's look is going to be pink. So it's going to be a traditional Valentine's Day, like, inspired look. I say traditional because it's all pink. When you think of Valentine's Day, or at least I think of pinks, reds, glitter, all of that good stuff. So today is going to be a little bit more dramatic but still wearable, and it's going to be for the people that want to play with color. And if you guys haven't seen my last 2 videos, I will definitely link those down below, and I think you guys should go check them out to get a nice variety and see what you would like. I'm super excited for this look, and I hope you guys are too. And before we get into the video, how about you pause it right here and go click that subscribe button and turn that little bell on to get notified every single time I post a new video. And if you guys are excited to see how I'm going to create this final Valentine's Day look, then just keep watching. Alright, so I scooched you guys up a little bit closer, and as you can see, I already finished one eye. And this look may look familiar if you follow me on Instagram, because I did post this. So this is what the eye looks like. It's just a halo eye. It's actually very easy to achieve, which is what I wanted to create in this look, because I wanted it to be fun with color, but sometimes color can be intimidating. So this look is super easy. It only involves 3 shadows to create the whole look, minus like the highlight shade, but that's different. So I'm gonna prime with my Tarte Shape Tape, which you guys know that I love, and this is in light. So the first palette I'm gonna use is the NYX Swear By It palette. I love this palette so much. The first shade I'm gonna use, number 4, which is this kind of off-white matte shade, and it's like my skin tone. I'm gonna take it on a Morphe M504 brush, and I'm just gonna use that to set from brow bone to my lid. This is to help all of the darker shades or lighter shades blend easier on top. I always do this. I'll use a powder or I will use an eyeshadow, but I always make sure to set. I'm gonna go into the shade right next to it, which is more of a pinky shade. This is number 5. So it's more of a pinky nude, but it's still matte, and I'm gonna use the same M504 brush. And this I'm just going to use as a light transition for the darker shades to come. This will just make everything blend out way easier. And it doesn't look like it does that big of a difference, but honestly it makes a world of a difference to me personally. So now the fun part's kicking in, and I'm going to use this cranberry maroonish shade. What number is this? This is 23, and I'm going to use a Morphe M441 brush, which is just a fluffy blending brush. And this shade I do pick up quite a bit and just tap off the excess, and I'm running this from inner to outer corner, and I am building this up slowly because I don't want to apply too much product at once, because it is a pretty hefty pigmented color. When I apply this shade, I start in the center and blend outwards, and I am bringing it up a little bit higher on my outer corner and kind of keeping it tucked in on the inner corner. As I build up this shade, I am going to start adding a little bit to the outer and inner corner to start creating that halo effect. Once that is all applied to your liking, we're going to switch gears a little bit and go into the Jaclyn Hill palette. Oh my god, I love this palette so much. Now we're going to go into Jax, which is a dark burgundy brownish tone of a shade. I am the worst at descriptions. I don't know why, but I am. So we're using Jax from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and we're going to use this to deepen up the inner corner, outer corner, and kind of the lower part of the crease. I'm going to use Jax on a Morphe M443. I'm sure all of you guys know what this brush is. It's amazing. So I'm going to pick Jax up on this brush and use it to hit the outer corner, just to start deepening up this cut crease. And I'm also going to be bringing this in across the lower part of my crease to add more depth there. To really get in the inner corner, I'm going to use a Morphe M506, and it's just a really tiny, precise blending brush. And I'm still going to use Jack's, but this is going to help us really get in that inner corner and darken it all up. I am going to use it on the outer corner too because it's nice to apply in precise areas. That's it for the crease. I told you it was super simple, so now we're going to apply the cut halo. So to do that, I'm just going to go back in my Tarte Shape Tape. It's like a cut crease, how I just apply this on the back of my hand. Of course, I'm going to use my Real Techniques detailer brush. It's just super flat and tiny and makes everything perfect. So I have to get up close and personal with my mirror. So I'm going to try and stay in the frame as best as I can, but if I can't, I'm sorry. With this, I'm just going to cut out the top portion, as you can see over here, which that is going to start the cut halo and then work in the center. And once there is less product on, I'm going to start blending outwards. You'll see when I apply it. So now that we have the cut crease on, I'm not going to set this because I'm using a pressed glitter from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And this sticky base will just help the eyeshadow adhere to it better. But when I do my cut creases or cut halos, I do like to bring them up a little bit higher than my natural crease. That way when my eyes are open, you still can see it. On a Morphe M124 brush, which is just a flat shader, I'm going to go into Sissy, which is this really pretty metallic pressed glitter, which is kind of like a deeper pink. It's almost a rose gold and a pink mixed. I'm going to take this on the flat shader and I'm going to use my Morphe setting spray and spray that as well. And just applying that all right on top of the concealer we just applied. So the lines do look a little harsh right now, and we're just going to kind of diffuse them, not completely, but diffuse them. And I'm going to use the same Morphe M506, but I'm going to go back into the NYX palette and use that same lighter cranberry shade right on top of that halo line. And this is going to work as our transition. Whenever I do a halo eye, no matter if it's a cut halo or just a regular halo, I always work from darkest to lightest inwards to blend the lightest point with the darkest point. So that's what I'm doing here. These shadows are so similar, but they are different in undertone, and that's why they do still look different. Once the lines are diffused, I'm going to go back in with Jack's and just deepen out the outer corner and inner corner, and then work a little bit above the halo cut crease just to give it the tiniest bit of more depth, but not too much. That's the eyeshadow done besides the highlight, so it's really easy and simple to achieve. I am going to go back in with my M441 and just blend the whole entire upper crease together. We're back in business. My memory card just ran out of memory, but I got a new one in. So the only thing I did was I took Beam from the Jaclyn Hill palette and I just used that to put as my brow bone highlight. Okay, so eyebrow is done, and now we're doing lashes. For my lashes, I'm going to use my House of Lashes in the style Allure Light. While the glue is drying, I'm just going to prime my face, scooch you guys out a little bit. So I'm going to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. So this is the only one I'm using today. I'm just going to use it in my T-zone. I just feel like recently with the weather all being wacky, it's like made my pores go into some like kind of shock. I have no idea what's happening, but it's irritating and they're not appreciated. For this look, I didn't want to use eyeliner because I just felt like it was pretty without it. So to mesh my falsies with my real lashes, I'm going to use MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This is an old favorite of mine. It's so good. So now while the lashes are drying, before I can really press them down, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the face. I have to take these ears off because they're like hurting my head. For foundation, this is kind of weird because this is literally so old, but I haven't tried it in forever, and it's just been sitting like in my drawer, and I saw it and I'm like, why not play with this? So we're gonna see how it works. I think it's gonna be too light for me, but we'll make it work. So this is the Revlon Color Stay Whipped Foundation. If you guys know this foundation, you are true. So this is in the shade 220 Nude. I remember Nicole Garciero, I never really know how to say her last name, and I'm sorry, but she used this so long ago, and that's when I bought it. Not this exact one, but that's when I tried it out, and I was like, wow, I do really like this. So I haven't used this in forever. Obviously I did like it because there is a good chunk of product missing in there. I didn't know I used that much. So we're just gonna dive right on into this. I really do love the whipped texture though. We're just gonna dot this all around my face. I'm gonna use my Sonia Kashuk beauty sponge. You guys know I finally cleaned it, but I did use it for my eyeshadow primer, so it was nice and bright, but anyway. It's blending out really nicely and giving me full coverage right off the bat, which I'm actually surprised about because I did not remember this foundation being like full coverage. The finish looks like there is legit nothing on my skin, which is kind of insane because this isn't the thinnest foundation. Like, it's pretty thick. It does not feel like anything is on your skin though, like it just feels like skin. Set my under eyes and my face. Of course, I'm using my Maybelline Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Light. You all know I love this stuff so much. I'm back. I was jumping the gun a little bit and I totally forgot to do concealer. So hopefully that little bit of powder did not just mess up my concealer. So I'm gonna go back with my Tarte Shape Tape in Light. I seriously cannot believe I just forgot to do concealer. I hope it doesn't look crusty and gross and ew. The powder's like still on my beauty blender because I didn't finish blending it, obviously. I'm blending the side that had the little bit of powder on it first because I don't want like the concealer to set on top of the powder. I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know. Okay. We're good. We're good. For my bronzer, I'm going to use the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is from a duo I got, but I'm just using the bronzer. And I'm using my Luxie 214 brush. I don't want to do like contouring because I just want a nice bronzy look to my cheeks. I did run the bronzer along the temples, the jawline, and along the nose. I'm going to be using the Tarte blush in the shade Pop, which is a really bright pinky shade, and I'm just going to use my Morphe angled brush. These blushes truly are long lasting. They never fade on me, which is amazing. Before I do my highlight, I'm just going to go ahead and finish off my lower lash line. And I'm going to go back into the NYX Swear By It palette. And I'm going to take the cranberry shade from that palette on a Morphe M443. And I'm just using that to run from inner to outer corner. I am kind of connecting the lower lash line to the upper lash line as well. Now I'm going to tightline using my Morphe M432, which is my flat definer, and I'm going to use Jax. I'm only going to use this from the middle of my eye to the outer corner because I don't want to completely close off my eye. And to blend Jax out, I'm going to use my Morphe E36, my really teeny tiny pencil brush, and I'm going to go back into the same cranberry shade just one more time. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going to go in with this shimmery shade that right next to the one we used earlier. That is the shade, what? Faint. I did go ahead and use the same mascara on my lower lash line. Now for the last thing on the face, I'm going to use Becca's Champagne Pop in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. I thought it was only fitting because we're using her palette. I'm going to use my Morphe M510 to apply this. For the lips, I wanted to go a little bit more nudish pink just because we have so much going on in the eyes. So I'm going to use this Color Design Natural Beauty lipstick in the shade Cream, and it's just a nice nude. Now to make this a little bit more pinkish, I'm going to take my NARS Velvet Lip Gloss in the shade Unlaced. I love this stuff. Now I'm just going to hit myself with a little setting spray. So this is the final look. It's now complete. Let me know down below if you guys are gonna recreate a look that I did out of my 3. And if you do, please send me some pictures because I'd love to see them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and love this look as much as I do. And I hope you guys have a really super fun and safe Valentine's Day. And thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. I have like 103 now, which is crazy because I only started this channel like a month ago. So yes, thank you guys so much. I'm so happy and excited to see what the future brings. So with that all being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!